everyone. My name's Trevor Smith. I live in Idaho Falls, Idaho. I was born here in 1987. I'm 35 years old. I was born here and raised in Rigby, Idaho, which is like 20 miles away, and then I moved back here to Idaho Falls. I knew I was gay at a pretty young age. I just knew I liked boys, I guess. I didn't really even know what sex was at that age, like 6 or 7. I grew up LDS or Mormon, colloquially. Yeah, I knew at a young age that I liked boys. I knew something was different about me. At least that's what was different. I knew that I should hide it because certainly my religion and our society wasn't accepting of it. So I hid it. I grew up Mormon, and they teach you in their church that, or at least at the time, that it was a choice to be gay and that God did not approve of homosexuality, homosexual lifestyles, or any kind of sexual intimacy between two people of the same gender. I served an LDS mission at the age of 20. I was sent home from that mission after about 4 months of being in the field for messing around with a guy. But I count it as a blessing. When I came home, I was really depressed, obviously. I did believe in my religion. I wasn't just pretending. I actually believed it. And I wanted to be out there. That was like what I'd built up in my head, is this thing that I need to do, this great mission in my life. So I was really depressed when I came back. And I kind of just started to push myself away from religion in general, I guess, because growing up believing that God hated me for something that I realized I couldn't even change at this point. I'd tried everything to change it. I just kind of said, fuck it. Like, anything's better than this. Anything's better than sitting here hating myself for existing and being depressed all the time. So I left the LDS church and just kind of, which a lot of young people do, they kind of just, they do away with everything that they learned and think they know, and they kind of start over at a young age to just, build your own mentality about the world and the things that you know about the world. When I was about 22, I came out to my family. I sat my mom down and told her reluctantly that I'm gay, I'm homosexual. She ended the conversation right there and said, wait till your father gets home. And when my father came home about an hour later, she demanded that I tell him immediately. And so I did. I just kind of broke down and said, I'm gay. And he said, why are you so bent on hurting me? And my father was a very selfish person. He made it really much about himself. I told them, they were distraught. They, had all the cliche things to say to me. My father asked if I was going to start wearing dresses and things like that. And even then, I'll admit, I held a lot of those same stereotypes at the time. I didn't know that much about the LGBT community at the time. But my parents asked me if they could tell other people, and I agreed that they could tell other people, but they told literally everybody. They called almost every member of my family, of our family. And so I started getting calls from family where people were essentially demanding that I come out to them, like give them a personal coming out, if that makes sense. And that really wore me down. I just got tired of coming out to people and having to hear their opinion on homosexuality, as if I hadn't already been telling myself these things the entire time growing up. I knew what they had to say. I believed it for so long. This is the thing, is I couldn't change it. And I didn't choose it. So what I was trying to do was just be happy. Find a way to be happy, because I knew that was toxic ideology for me, to believe that God disapproved of being gay when I'm gay and I don't even get the choice. So a lot of people, after coming out, growing up in an LDS community, a lot of people that I had grown to love, grown close friends with, just immediately ended the relationships. Which is easy to say now, but back then it was really difficult to deal with. Yeah, I mean, that was probably the strangest thing, is some people just ended it right there. So when I was about 23 or 24, I met Dave, my husband. We had been together for about 4 years before the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in 2014, and we got married in November of 2014. He's the most wonderful thing in my life. I've never been happier. He has 2 kids, and then they have kids, so, I'm kind of grandpa, but I'm young, and it's so fun. It's wonderful. I'm very blessed to have my life. As much hardship has been in it simply for being homosexual. So I guess the message I would have for younger LGBT people is, we're proud of you. Older LGBT people, we are proud of you. We're glad you came out, because this is the way to be happy. You shouldn't be believing these horrible things about yourself. You should be who you are and be happy with that. And that's what we want for you. A lot of you will lose a lot of relationships when you come out. But you're not going to lose anything worth keeping. I promise you. If they're not there for you because of who you are, then it wasn't real in the first place. And if you do have people who leave you, there's a whole community. There's millions of us that will care about you. We will take care of you. We will be your family. We'll be your friends. We will love you. The LGBT community is amazing. There's so many of us, and you can just meet so many of us. I guess that's about it. I love you guys, and I wish you a happy gay life.